Metaphor, a figure of speech. This one here, the Reigate Hill alien with 14 feathers. I think there's 14, and let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 feathers. Someone suggests a Red Indian tribal chieftain has got 14 feathers, but 2 rows of them, 28 feathers. Remember, metaphor, a figure of speech. Metaphor is when you say something, but it's not. But it's implying, but not directly. So if you can imagine this alien face here is purely a metaphor. The 14 feathers, 2 rows of, maybe that's what they're suggesting, a tribal chieftain. Yeah. Obviously, it's clearly a Mickey take. By these little critters. They're not little, they're massive. But these are little ones out of the massive ones. There's a little Diddy brigade. They're little Diddy men and girls, mainly girls. And then over here we've got their impression of my face, my left eye, brow being slightly lower than my right. And they actually made a mess of my nose. My nose don't look like that. They certainly haven't got a cleft lip. Or they call it cleft. And then you've got the Arecibo transmission, man. Mickey take. Yeah. That's meant to be the Roswell communication orb. Or fat bloke communicating. More than likely, small head, fat body, farts a lot, especially bubble farts and stuff. Again, big head, small body is ridicule of that. Put an extra strand in the DNA and said silicon based because of rock, stone, glass, black sand, what you create life and your buildings from. Again, metaphors. This thing here, the crabwood alien face, actually looks a bit like my brother, the one that died. And where my girl's above, the Elohim, or the Neteru, which will make a lot of people smile, thinking, yeah, we knew so much. Basically honoured my brother, my late brother. And of course, like the 3 stars of the Orion belt, but on a funny angle, unless it was facing, let's have a look, that was facing that way, so no, right, but that could be 3 UAPs because they're not in star form, they're coming out to the side. If they had like spikes of light coming there and there and there and there, then oh, hang on, I'm doing it with my mouse, so it'll be there and there and there, oh, and out there and out there. This is quite difficult. Then there would be stars, but because they're mainly, mouse do as you're told, going that way, suggesting UAPs, I reckon. Again, metaphor. It's a metaphor. That one there, 2016. That one there, I think around about the same time. I'm heavily into motorcycles. I can't have one anymore because carpal tunnel in my hands. Hands go dead. And then you've got 7 4s of 28. They're orbs. Yeah, communicating. So there's 7 orbs communicating with me near a white horse. So imagine that's not so much an alien head, that's a motorcycle helmet. And I do smoke a pipe. But that happened. I made a roll up and I didn't realise I bent it. And then I went to light it and burnt my nose. And the weekend that happened, that appeared. This thing here, Aphrodite Ankh, I renamed it to the Happel Ankh in about 2019, and I asked Happel if she could give us a hand, promote it, because I was promoting it for 5 years and was getting nowhere. I designed it in 2014, started marketing in 2015. By 2020 I was getting a bit thinking, why no one responding, is a good piece. That there is, so that's the bit of jewelry I'm talking about. And that there, the bit of jewelry I'm talking about, and that there are related. Because that there, if you take the arrowhead there, goes down its shaft to that point, it makes Cupid's arrow being pulled back ready to fire. You take that line back across the Somerset levels all the way back, the line passes straight through my village. So it's in alignment where this design was created. This design here was created, not the outfit. That's just the portal gates, like stargates. This thing here, this Ankh, winged Ankh. As you see, mine has got legs, got boobs, a love heart shaped head. The Jessica 33, which is my brand in honor of my daughter that ascended in 2007. One of my bigger orbs, bigger than that one, collected her on the 18th of September 2007. I know because I made a drawing, a painting of her, and I gave her angelic wings and little devil horns at the same time to suggest balance between good and bad. Put the best of me into it and the best of her biological mother. And because she was aborted against my wishes and I collected the soul, I transferred that energy into the painting. I took it down to the water's edge and set fire to it. But I made sure when the tide was in, it was dead calm. It's like a mill pond. It was absolutely beautiful. And there's a very gentle breeze coming in from the northwest. And as I done the release ceremony to release it into the sky so it should rise with the smoke, I'd previously arranged for one of my orbs, these things, bigger one than that, to come in and collect her. And as soon as it'd collect her, it'd go vertical out of atmosphere. So, didn't get any photographs for that because it's just personal. So with that, so I sent the smoke up. And I saw this set of landing lights approaching across the bay of Cardiff Roos Airport. And of course, I thought, oh, it's an aeroplane out of Roos. And it was a single landing light, very bright. And as it got closer and got closer and got closer, and as the smoke was rising, I noticed this one landing light approaching. And soon I realised it wasn't a landing light. It was one of this lot. So it veered off on a slight angle because the smoke was travelling, I suppose, southeast in the wind. So it came towards me, then slightly veered, went up, and at that point I heard a noise from an aircraft engine. I thought, that's funny, they don't make noise. Elohim light orbs, which means bright stars. And an Airbus A320 flew underneath it, an EasyJet. And I was like, oh, that's where the noise came from. And the orb absolutely dwarfed an A320. It lit the A320 up like it was standing during the day. It was bright daylight. This aeroplane was so visible. Normally it's just setting that lives 1,000 feet up, port starboard, anti-collision, nav lights, and you don't see much more than that. It's a glimpse of an engine, a bit of tail where the logo lights are pointed towards the tail. That's normal, but on that occasion it was fully lit. It's like a broad daylight. This is like late at night, about 9 o'clock at night in September, so it was dark. Could have been a little bit later, you never know. And basically, as soon as the airplane has watched the airplane, watching the orb was more important than the airplane. So the airplane's disappearing off to the right, the orb is traveling to the left and above the airplane, and then it suddenly, as it got over sort of like the beach area near the Grand Pier in Western-super-Mare, it just went vertical. Gone. Better than what a Vickers Vulcan could do without a sound. Meanwhile, I could hear the Airbus A320 trundling off to Cardiff for its night stop. And it's like, wow, daughter collected. Her name is Jessica. She's also known as Ishka, which is daughter of God. I'm not God, I'm Jeff. I know where God comes from. It's a Langobard word. It's the Winilis, they created the name Godan. It is a variant of Vodan or Woden or Odin. That's all that's about. So, yeah, metaphorically speaking, these alien faces are all metaphors. Don't get too wound up about it. Yeah, it's just a figure of speech. It's light-hearted. It's humour, like most of the crop circles are. But many people claim that they created them. But I would say, in my opinion, the Elohim created them. These things created them. Light orb UAPs. Yeah, they are of the Elohim, they are of the Anunnaki, and they are of the Neteru, which includes the Ogdode and the Enid. And they are from Sirius constellation, Centauri constellation, and the Taurus constellation mainly. The main star that controls this sector of the galaxy is called Aldebaran, the follower. What are we? Well, that's another episode.